yeah, the machine shop class is a required class for a number of our majors. And in the lower right, we have a picture of our makerspace, a very small part of our makerspace. The student assistants who work in that space are currently running a contract manufacturing operation where students who are taking a project class can learn through our Canvas course how to input a design or a solid model into our 3D printer or water jet cutter or laser cutter programs, and then they email it to the student assistants in our maker shop and they will make it for you. You can either come pick it up or we'll mail it to you. So those are some of the innovative ideas that we've undertaken in our college. And I'm also happy to describe the new facilities projects that we've managed to complete last year. These are a big advantage for us now and will be even more so when we return in person. On the left set of pictures, we have a number of new research labs and teaching labs. This top picture here is a picture of our first prints from our metal 3D printer. And this instrument was acquired by a multidisciplinary team of faculty in our college from the National Science Foundation. So it is located in our newly formed Advanced Manufacturing Research Lab, and it should be a huge asset to the college moving forward. And then this picture here is our virtual desktop infrastructure that we have in one of our teaching labs. Basically, there's just a monitor and a thin client in the lab itself, but the heavy duty computing and the software is being run off of central servers. So we started moving towards this infrastructure early last academic year, primarily to save maintenance costs in the long run. But it turned out to be a lucky coincidence because now all of our students can access all the software that we have in our college remotely from their homes. And that has been an advantage when we had to move to the remote format. And then last but not least, the little snippets of pictures that you see in the lower left is from our microelectronics processing lab. This lab was falling a little bit into a state of disrepair just because of the changing demands from industry and also the evolving research interests of our faculty. So we have reorganized it into a biomicrofluidics facility with another multidisciplinary team of faculty. So this is a more current and relevant area of research with applications in drug discovery, biotechnology, and all sorts of thermal management problems. So this should also be a really productive lab moving forward as well. And also opportunities for our undergraduates to do research. And I don't have a picture yet, but we did also recently secure a big equipment donation from Keysight Technologies. They're gonna supply brand new state-of-the-art electronics test equipment for our mechatronics lab. So hopefully we'll get that in place sometime in the spring and maybe start using it in some capacity soon after. And then I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our new engineering Student Success Center. We just completed a 12 office suite. Our advising enterprise has just grown over the years and they were really bursting at the seams in their old office. So now we're really happy to be able to provide a nice brand new space for them to be able to continue doing their excellent work. Okay, let's see. All right, let me mention our scholarships. SVES is our Silicon Valley Engineering Scholars Program. Our College of Engineering has about $1.8 million in endowments, and we have around $95,000 in expendable scholarships that we disperse every year. And basically we have 4-year scholarships for our incoming freshmen and 2-year scholarships for new transfer students and 1-year scholarships for our continuing students. And we invite all admitted students in February to apply to those. So if you do have students who are coming to San Jose, make sure you encourage them to read all of the communications from the Dean's office and to respond to the call for scholarships. These are the college level scholarships, and the awards vary anywhere from $5,000 to $7,500 per year. And that's just about enough to cover the tuition. So it is quite a substantial award. And we do have a number of smaller scholarships in MEP and also in all of our departments. So there is a further opportunity to win one of those here at San Jose State. Okay, let me just mention the Exceed Summer Program. We brought this program back last summer after a short hiatus. Let me just play the video. I think this describes the best what this program is all about.
12 Degrees of Inspiration and the San Jose State University's College of Engineering are proud to support Engineering Pathways to Success.
The Engineering Pathways to Success program was started in 2009, and the goal of the program is to attract more students to the field of engineering and to ensure that they succeed in college and beyond.
There are 4 programs under the Engineering Pathways to Success umbrella. One of those programs is Exceed, a 10-day bridge program for incoming freshmen.
It's basically a program where about 30 freshmen do a community organization project. The project is kind of based on what the people need, what can help them the most at their site.
Engineering Pathways to Success programs are designed to expose students to the everyday life of engineering and technology professionals. It's this hands-on application that attracted the attention of the program's many generous sponsors.
STEM is important to land research on a number of levels. We need employees that are good engineers, good scientists, good technologists. It's not just the book learning math and science, and that's why we like the hands-on exposure. They can kind of see that, okay, I'm really learning all this so I can solve problems and not just so I can pass a test.
The future needs more engineers. Early exposure is a sure way to secure that future.
You never know where it's gonna take you. One thing could change what you're interested in, whether it's engineering or any other major. Just take the opportunities you're presented with.
To learn more, visit us online.
Okay, so obviously we had to do it virtually last summer, and we're not able to send our students out into the community to do projects, but we did try to replicate the benefits and best practices of engineering summer bridge programs virtually. So we also added a cohort for transfer students. So last summer we had about 30 freshmen and about 30 transfer students. We are planning to expand that this coming summer. So this might be another opportunity that your transfer students would be interested in. We do focus on math preparation because we found that that is key to success in our programs. In addition to the team projects, we were able to send home kits and duplicate some of the team project features in a virtual format. And then a variety of other workshops and support that is shown to be helpful in helping students succeed in engineering programs. Okay, I saw the feedback that some of you submitted, and I know a lot of you are wanting to learn more about Impaction. So all 13 of our undergraduate programs are impacted, some more than others. If you need to know the specific thresholds, I would maybe save those questions for the admission session at the end of the day today. But generally speaking, our programs are highly sequential as far as the prerequisite sequences go. So we would rather admit a transfer student who maybe has a slightly lower GPA, but has completed more of our undergraduate prerequisites. And that's why we have these supplemental courses. So for each one of these that you complete, we give you a slight admissions bump. So it's definitely in your interest to advise your transfer students to complete as much of this as they can at the community college before they transfer to San Jose State. If you're interested in any of our engineering named programs, they all will look at 7 courses to determine that admissions bump. You have to take the first 3 calculus classes and the first 2 physics classes. And then depending on which major you're interested in, you have to take 2 of the following classes below. You can find those specifics at the SJSU website or assist.org. If you're interested in aviation or technology, they look at 2 courses. So you have to take a calculus class, either the one for STEM or for business is fine, and the first physics class. So either with calculus or without calculus generally works. Okay, so that's all I have for college updates. I am going to hand the floor over to Sarah Gordon, and she's going to talk to you about majors in our college, as well as advising.
Thank you so much. So, hi everyone. Good afternoon. Again, I'm Sarah Gordon. I'm the director of the Engineering Student Success Center. So, I'm going to give a brief overview of our majors and then just talk about how advising works in our college. So, in our college, we have 10 departments. And within those departments, we have about 12 engineering disciplines. So, you'll see that some departments have more than one major in them. And then we do offer undergraduate and graduate degrees as well. So if students want to continue their academic journey with us for a master's degree, we do offer some of those. So we offer programs in or majors in aerospace engineering, civil engineering, mechanical engineering. So our aerospace engineering program prepare students for careers in aerospace engineering fields, and they will focus on learning aerodynamics, propulsion, flight dynamics, and structure and materials. Our civil engineering program includes coursework in construction, environmental, geotechnical, structural, transportation, and water resources, and will prepare students for careers such as planning, designing, supervising construction, water supply systems, communication networks, and transportation systems. And then our mechanical engineering program, students are going to focus on mechanical design, mechatronics. I think I saw a question pop up about mechatronics in the Q&A. Thermal fluids engineering, or a combination of those areas. And it's going to prepare students for careers such as product design, sustainable energy, transportation solutions, biomedical devices, sensor technology, and semiconductor manufacturing. Next, we have electrical engineering. So this department is going to prepare students for careers in different areas of high-tech engineering. So such as chip scale integration, embedded hardware, software systems, robotics, power electronics, energy systems, communication, and machine learning. And then our computer and software engineering majors are actually offered through the same department. And that's going to prepare students to become computer and software engineers. And they're going to be able to address the construction of large-scale computer systems and software applications by learning hardware, software design, networks, databases. We offer a biomedical engineering major. And so in this degree, students are going to analyze and design solutions to problems in biology and medicine, with really the goal of improving the quality and effectiveness of patient care. So learning about biomechanics, pharmaceuticals, and medical devices. And then our chemical and materials engineering majors are also offered in the same department. But our chemical engineering students are going to learn to combine science with engineering technology to contribute to a lot of different industries like biotechnology, environmental engineering, manufacturing, and industrial chemicals and food processing. And then our materials engineering students, they're going to learn to develop, process, and test materials used to create a wide variety of products like semiconductors, microelectronics, and ceramics. Our industrial and systems engineering program prepares students for a broad scope of systems analysis and design challenges. And they're going to deal with improving the overall performance of an organization or system. So those students are going to learn enterprise operations, safety, ergonomics, and quality control. We do have a new major coming in fall 2021. So interdisciplinary engineering is going to be replacing our general engineering degree. Interdisciplinary engineering, it's a great option for students who have strong skills in math and science, but they're really interested in applying engineering practices across different fields of study or emerging technologies. And those students will be encouraged to minor in a non-engineering discipline along with their major, which is a pretty cool option. We also offer aviation and industrial technology. So these two majors are also in the same department. So our aviation major provides students with 4 different options to choose from, and they'll be prepared for careers in professional flying, airport operations management, maintenance management, airline operations, and air traffic control management. And then our industrial technology major has 2 concentrations, one in manufacturing, which is going to prepare students for careers in manufacturing design and management with a special focus in green operations and sustainable manufacturing. And then we have computer network system management, and this is a really growing field, and students are going to learn about the Internet of Things, network theory administration, wireless communication, network security, cybersecurity management. So just to talk a little bit about how advising works at San Jose State, you might have kind of learned a little bit of this in some of the other presentations you've heard today, but we do have a lot of advising support across campus and within our college for our students. So we do have an advising and academic retention services known as AARS. So they're the overall advising unit on campus, and they specialize with helping undeclared students and pre-nursing students. But we do partner with them on various advising initiatives, and we do have a liaison from that office that helps transition undeclared students into the College of Engineering if that's what they'd like. Each college at San Jose State has a college success center. And so in the College of Engineering, the Engineering Student Success Center is our success center. And we're a pretty big team. We have full-time advisors, we have faculty guided pathway advisors, we have a graduate advisor, we have peer leaders, peer advisors, which are a huge resource to our students. And again, we have liaisons and partner with AARS and our Career Center. And then in every department, so all those departments I just talked about, students have major advisors there. And so they'll meet with those advisors every semester for course planning. So since we have so many programs and our curriculum is so specific and those academic requirements are specific, the engineering departments and the Engineering Student Success Center, or ESSE, we work in partnership to offer a wide variety of support of advising and support services. So starting from the very beginning, we help students navigate the orientation process and enroll them in the correct courses. We help clarify major and general education requirements. When students take the course Intro to Engineering, this is typically in their freshman year, they receive guided pathway advising to plan their roadmaps towards graduation. So again, definitely something that we value very much and definitely strive that every student has that plan for graduation and knows exactly what they need to take. So we offer year-round graduate and undergraduate advising on college and university policies. We help students understand all of the academic resources on campus, and we just give general support to help students persist to graduation. Again, the engineering students are required to meet every semester with their major advisors from their department for course planning, career goal setting, and selecting electives. So a lot of opportunity for students to engage with advisors in our college. And then as students progress through their majors, we also offer graduation advising and assistance with post-college transitions. So whether they want to pursue graduate studies or begin their career in Silicon Valley. Here's a list of the ESC services. So we offer comprehensive advising with really the success of the whole student in mind. So we're really that first place that students can come when they have questions. So, you know, we might not have the answer, we might not be the right people, but we're going to know who we should refer the student to or how to get the answer to their question. So we offer advice, support, and we connect them to those resources and opportunities on campus. And then I just wanted to give our contact information. Definitely feel free to contact us with questions, or please refer your students if they have questions as they're kind of navigating the matriculation piece or the application piece. So we have a lot of information on our website. We've really built it to be very self-service, user-friendly, so students can get information on transfer credit and how that process goes in our college. We have a lot of cool course planning materials and just FAQs, so students can definitely hopefully get any questions they have answered there. And then this is going to sound cheesy, but like us on Facebook. Encourage your students to like us on Facebook. We post a lot of cool events and good information to know, so just throwing that out there. But thank you.
All right. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Thanks for being here today. As Ginny mentioned earlier, my name is Matthew Stowe. I'm the Director of Mesa and Student Programs. And today I wanted to talk to you all just about some great opportunities for your students to get involved. And if I can just, say one thing is please encourage your students to get involved, especially from a transfer perspective. They're coming in with less time to really transition to the university. And the quicker they jump into getting active outside the classroom, I think the more they're going to gain and the stronger their network's going to be. The three programs I'll be talking about today, though, is just in general, our student organizations offered through the College of Engineering, our Engineering Ambassadors program, known as EAP, and our Mesa Engineering program, MEP. We'll start off with the engineering student organizations. If you do get a chance to go ahead and scan that QR code, it'll take you to a full list of all of our student organizations offered through the College of Engineering. But to give you a little bit more information, we do have over 60 affiliated student orgs. And again, we have a little bit of everything for everyone. So whether your students are looking to get a little bit more hands-on and get involved with technical projects, I think that's a great way to get involved there. If they're just looking for ways to develop professionally, get more access to industry, maybe work on their resume, also great opportunity through student orgs. Maybe they're just trying to build a stronger peer network, have some friends, build their community, feel like San Jose State is their home. Again, another great way to join student orgs. And we do also have honor societies. So again, there's a little bit for everybody. Please encourage your students. And also if we don't have a club that's maybe fitting their needs, we always encourage them to maybe start their own club. Here's just a little quick overview. Wanted to just put up a couple of logos just to hopefully kind of show you some of the orgs we do offer. Again, we do have ones that are just geared towards majors, whether they're majoring in mechanical engineering, biomedical, computer engineering, and we should have one for nearly all the majors. We do have some diversity orgs, such as our Society of Women Engineers, SOLAS, Society of Latino Engineers and Scientists. Again, we have our project-based organizations such as our Concrete Canoe. So there's a lot of great ways, again, for your students to go ahead and get active, meet others like them, and really gain more outside the classroom. So we want to see your engineering students become leaders. These are the best problem solvers on our campus, and these are our future leaders in the world at the end of the day. And some of the support we try to provide from the college is strong faculty engagement. So our student orgs are usually have a faculty as their advisor who's guiding them through some of their processes, keeping them connected to industry. We have designated club rooms, which I think is key to a lot of our student organization success, allowing them to have a home on campus, a place to go, a place to build their projects. Again, another space that's designed for them. We also work on leadership development. We will have trainings for our president and treasurers for each of our student organizations and anyone else interested in being able to learn how to be a better leader, better communication, and focus on what it means to be an engineer. We also provide funding opportunities through the College of Engineering, whether it's getting materials for a project that you're working on, or you want to send a couple of your your members to a conference. We work on ways to provide them with that funding so they can do all the great things that they want to do. And again, why be a student leader? It provides them with that opportunity to get more connected with faculty. We know this is important for their success, to be able to learn more, have more access, and feel more comfortable on this campus. They will have more access to professional development, leading them to have more opportunities for better jobs. They'll have a strong network with peers, which allows them to be successful in the classroom. And you'll see a lot of them have more internships. And even if you look at our scholarship recipients, a lot of them are involved in more than one organization. Of course, not all, but you will see a lot of them being in that know of when to apply and how to apply. So really encourage your students to be student leaders. To switch gears a little bit, I want to talk to you all about the Engineering Ambassadors Program. In case you have those students that you're working with that love giving back, that love working with the community, I think this is a great program for them. You'll see that our mission is simply to inspire future engineers, whether young, old, it doesn't matter. We're trying to inspire the next generation. So for any students who maybe even looking for some paid positions where they're trying to get opportunities to connect, or maybe they don't have the time for that commitment, but they just want to volunteer because again, they love giving back. This is a great opportunity. And they will also develop communication and leadership skills along the way. Our current engineering ambassadors are having to adapt to this online environment and having to learn how to record videos, connect with students in their virtual presentation platform. So it's a great way for them to build a lot of great skills right now. And this is a little picture of some of our ambassadors in previous years when we had the opportunity to do tabling events. But in a similar fashion, we are looking to possibly do virtual student panels. So if you're ever looking for that and you're looking to get students who are studying engineering currently and you want them to talk to some of your students who want to learn more about the college experience overall, or the College of Engineering experience, or just perspectives on engineering, we are happy to do so through our Engineering Ambassadors program. If you scan that QR code, it'll take you to a Google form you can complete. So we can go ahead and get in contact and begin to work on some communication to provide this great opportunity for your students, especially looking to become future engineers. Again, we looked for ways to really connect and inspire the next generation of engineering students. And last but not least, I want to talk to you all about the Mesa Engineering Program, also known as MEP. Some of y'all may have Mesas at the community college, so maybe a little bit familiar with this, but we are looking to work with our underrepresented students, our students coming from first-gen backgrounds, low-income backgrounds who are looking to graduate with an engineering degree or computer science. We are working on ways to keep them retained at the university, graduate them in a timely manner, and lastly, ensure that they have jobs or are pursuing graduate degrees afterwards. So we work really hard with the students and to ensure that they are successful. Some of the ways we do that are, go ahead, Jenny, next. Some of the ways right now we have benefits of MEP is through community building. I think that's a key element to our student success, especially with the MEP community. We have social events and virtual mixers. As I'm talking to you all right now, we're actually hosting an alumni mixer. And there's about 40 or so students with about 10 alumni who are coming back who are just graduating the past 2 years to just talk about what it was like when they were undergrads, what it's like now working in the field, any tips for success, even just talking about the climate of the world and how to just survive and find balance. So again, that's possible through our MEP community. We do also have advising. We do have about 8 peer advisors, so and also another great opportunity for your students to get involved in another paid position where they would meet with our first year students usually about 3 times a semester, really engaging them, helping them acclimate to campus, and really share that experience of what it means to be a first-gen student. We also have professional academic advisors as well, who do meet with our upperclassmen usually once a semester to check in and meet any needs they might be dealing with. Some might need a little bit more academic planning. Some may need to just talk about what it means to be first-gen. Some may want to go more deeper into career planning. So really able to meet the students where they are. We do focus as well on our professional development. We really want to make sure our students are, again, industry ready. We do this by providing, again, having strong relationship with companies and alumni who are willing to come back and provide feedback and opportunities for professional development, such as going over resumes, giving feedback, doing mock interviews in a safe and comfortable environment where they're getting constructive feedback on how to improve and how to adjust. And then industry mixers where they're able to ask questions, learn about companies in a little bit more intimate level. This isn't truly applicable right now, but when MEP is back on campus, we do have a designated study space where we do have a large space for students to get together and collaborate. We do have computer and printing stations. We do have a separate quiet room for the student who likes to study a little bit more quietly. We do have some lockers because those math and engineering books are big. We do have a limited number though, and we do have access to a fridge and microwave. So this space, also very similar to what I was mentioning for the student orgs, becomes a home for a lot of our MEP students to really feel comfortable and do well and excel and connect with their peers. Now, who should apply and who should you be encouraging? I'm thinking again, if you have students who were in Mesa at the community college, or I did see that maybe there's a couple of EOPS counselors here, if they were involved in EOPS, they're more than likely going to be eligible for our MEP program. Again, we're looking for our first generation college students, students coming from low income backgrounds, anybody who would kind of, again, benefit from some of the services we talked about. And they should be pursuing a degree in engineering, computer science, aviation, or industrial technology. We do also look for students who maybe are undeclared but looking to get into the majors as well, to provide them with guidance and support to be able to accomplish those goals. Some of our application deadlines coming up for the spring, in case we do have any students coming over, we are opening up applications December 1st through February 8th. Again, we are looking to try to grow the program, so encourage any students to apply. And then in the fall, we usually open up early May, and then we go into a couple of weeks as school will be going. So about August 30th, we do decide to close the application. If you scan the QR code there, that'll take you to our MEP website where you can learn more about our program, find our application, and you'll see below our location in Engineering 366. You'll find our website. And again, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out. You can reach us at mesa.engineering@sjsu.edu. I think that is it for me. Hope y'all got something from that and encourage your students to get involved, please.
Let me go ahead and stop sharing, and let's take a look at the Q&A and see if there are any questions we can tackle. Okay, the first question is, does the engineering program recommend MATLAB to be taken prior to transfer? So I can take that. I think if any of the community colleges out there use the CID system, there is a MATLAB class that a bunch of our majors will accept as an equivalent for, I think it's ME30 or AE30. Sarah, do you have anything to add?
No, I don't have anything to add.
Okay. All right, is there a pipeline with community college Mesa programs? You want to take that, Matthew?
Yeah, I'll try my best. I'm coming into the position relatively new right now. I'm unaware of any current pipelines, but we are looking for students using the application to designate whether they've been involved with a MESA program prior, and that leads to them usually getting accepted into our program. And as mentioned earlier, we are looking to grow. Sometimes we do take into other accounts, other answers that they might have, but right now that's going to be a strong indicator whether they are going to be eligible and accepted into the program. As a new director though as well, looking to work with other community colleges and MESA programs to be able to possibly develop some newer pipelines or finding ways to support that idea.
Okay, is there a minor in engineering? All right, so we don't have a minor in engineering, but we do have a number of minors that might be attractive to students who are not in our college. So the biggest one I can think of is our applied computing minor. And that is very popular with our social science students because most of those majors on our campus have like 30 units of university electives in their plan of study. And I think they do encourage them to go pursue a minor with some of those units. And I know a lot of them end up in our college. So there's one. I think we also have a green engineering minor, also in our general engineering department, soon to become interdisciplinary engineering, as Sarah mentioned. Let's see, we're developing a minor right now in robotics. So This minor is going to be easiest for students who are already majoring in an engineering major, just because it requires some prerequisites. That would be, you know, a steep ask if you weren't in the college. But that should be coming online in fall. It was approved by our curriculum committee this semester, and it's on track to be offered in the fall. Let's see, are any others that you can think of? I think those are the only ones I know right now. Oh, some of our departments have minors too. Like I think materials engineering has a minor. Biomedical engineering has a minor.
ISC has a minor.
Oh yeah,
And
industrial
engineering
systems.
management, or that might be under general.
Okay, so hopefully that will answer that question. Is there a prerequisite for the minor? Yeah, so the prerequisite for the minor usually is specified in the list of courses you have to take to complete that minor, and you'll see that sometimes it is easier for some majors than others to complete. Usually it's things like calculus and physics, because you need that knowledge to be able to take our upper division classes. Okay, when the college opens, will you also have an engineering open house in the future? Yes, I definitely hope so. Can I throw that to Deanna? I mean, right now they're projecting that spring is going to look like fall. So I don't know if it's probably too early to commit to an in-person spring open house. But yeah, no one can predict the future, so I don't know.
We're in an ever-changing environment. And even if we were able to come back in person, we more than likely, based on the public health directives that we anticipate, we probably would have a very small group or very small limitations on group activity. And that goes for, you know, just overall tours or in-person sessions or college events will be different in the coming years. And, you know, that's all directed by the county and the state.
Yeah, I would imagine that large events would be one of the last things to come back in person, unfortunately, as exciting as they are. Okay, what are some of the common challenges for transfer students, both pre-COVID and since shelter in place? Matt or Sarah, do you want to take a shot at that?
Sure. I mean, I think one challenge, even pre and after COVID, is just navigating the transfer credit process and just kind of understanding how the transfer credit came over and what it counts in the degrees, and what prerequisites they met, because in our curriculum it's very prerequisite heavy, which can also place them in different levels of readiness in different places in our roadmaps. So that can be challenging, but definitely something that the ESSC or their major advisors can help them with. And I say since shelter in place, I think it's already hard, I think, finding your place and kind of really connecting when it's just everything's totally new, right? So we're probably a lot bigger campus than where they're coming from, or we just do things differently. So I think having that virtual component to just kind of finding their way around the university has been harder. But we do our best as far as like communicating and making sure that everything's like streamlined and easy for them to access. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, I don't have much to add. I would agree to that second portion as well, especially talking from the getting involved perspective. I think it's just a little bit more difficult, a lot more things to be managing right now. And it's not as easy as walking through campus or seeing the clubs or having to go to classroom with your peers. So that can make it difficult with just finding peer-to-peer support, I think, right now.
Yeah, I think even our new faculty are finding that same challenge. At least they were complaining to me about it recently. I mean, this is their first semester on our campus, and they've basically been at home by themselves. Okay, so Deanna, you want to take the next question? One of my students applied for a CS and received a deny, eligible for redirection.
So
could she apply for an engineering major? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a very specific situation for a student, but I can talk in general sense. And Amy, if you want to email me directly, I'd be happy to answer specifically about that student. But deny eligible for redirection means that the student did not meet the threshold to the primary major, as well as maybe the alternate major was not available. If you remember, we admit to the primary major first, or we look at the primary major, the intent to major. If they do not meet that, then we have a second choice of the alternate major. If they don't meet that, then they are denied eligible for redirection, and the Cal State Apply system would redirect that student to a campus of their that are available, and they choose which ones are available to be redirected to. But you know, I'm always willing to look at the situation. The student has the right to appeal a decision, but if she or he is not eligible, we really can't just make an exception. So please email me directly. And I really can't answer for engineering because it's not just about putting her in a major or him in a major. It's about whether they're eligible and meeting the threshold for impaction.
Thank you, Deanna. All right, next question. Do students need to have a lab for intro biology for a computer engineering major? I mean, maybe Sarah would know better than me, but I don't think so. I think any class that meets that life sciences requirement and as a science class, because we need that for ABET accreditation, would work from our point of view.
That's correct. It doesn't have to have a lab.
Okay, can you review the accelerated programs in the College of Engineering and extended programs? So by accelerated, do you mean the blended 4+1 programs maybe? I don't know how to get a confirmation that that is hitting the mark. I'm not sure what other accelerated programs we could be referring to. Anyway, we used to have a 4+1 program in computer engineering where you get your bachelor's and your master's degree all in 5 years. But we're not currently running that program right now. And we do currently have one in biomedical engineering that's working its way through the curriculum approval process. So hopefully that will come online either fall of 21 or 22. And extended programs, so I'm assuming you mean the off-campus programs. We do have a number of master's degree programs that we offer at various companies. And I think we offer programs in mechanical engineering, computer and software engineering, and general engineering. Yeah, if you work for one of those companies, I think you'll be able to join one of their cohorts studying to get the graduate degree in that program. Do you have anything to add to that, Deanna? I'm not sure if I talked about everything that I could have talked about on that topic.
Yeah, I don't have anything more.
Okay. Please feel free to email me after this event if you have additional questions. Okay, can you please send the PowerPoint to us to provide to the student? Yeah, I think we agreed that we were going to provide the PowerPoint, right? It might not be emailed directly to you, but we'll post it on the website and you'll certainly get the link to the website after the event and you can download it if you like. Okay. Do you still have the $20,000 scholarship from the engineering department offered to qualified students? Yes, so that's part of the SVES scholarship program that I talked about earlier. So we do have some that are 4-year scholarships for $5,000 per year. And we even have 4-year scholarships that are $7,500 a year. So the upper limit for that scholarship is actually $30,000 at this point. Transfer students, though, would qualify for our 2-year scholarship program. So that would be $10,000 or $15,000. Okay, and then can you clarify more about the difference between software engineering, computer engineering, and computer science? That is a common question, and that is a very good question. They're all very similar in my opinion, and they all qualify you to pursue the same career paths. I would say computer science tends to be the most theoretical of the three, if you were to characterize it. And then computer engineering focuses on the computer itself. So that one's kind of like a combination of software engineering and electrical engineering, because you look at the hardware and the software aspects of the computer. And software engineering, I would say, just focus on the programming aspect of that field of study. So that's the best that I can characterize the three. Any additional thoughts from the panelists?
I actually have a cheat sheet on this.
Okay, go for it, Sarah.
I think we have it posted on our website, but I can't find it. So I'm going to try and find it and maybe put it in the chat for everyone, if that's okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, can you touch on education abroad opportunities within the College of Engineering when that comes back, of course? Sure, I should have mentioned that in my talk. So we do have a global technology initiative program where we fund around 25 students to go study abroad in the summer. And it usually is an engineering and technology study tour. So we've been running that program for a number of years. And then I believe that the university has a number of other opportunities, like the Salzburg Scholars and other study abroad that they can apply for. And then last but not least, I know some of our students just take the initiative to go abroad, and then they will find classes in the catalog of the university that they plan to attend and try to work out substitution or equivalency credit before they go. So that would be the third way to do it. Okay, will students be competitive in the job market with bachelor's degree only, or are more students pursuing master's degrees these days? Gosh, I'll take a stab at that. So I think a bachelor's degree is still very marketable, and I think it does vary a little bit from discipline to discipline though. I know that about 10 or 15% of our undergrads go on to graduate school right away after they graduate, and the rest of them are going into industry. So that would be my evidence for that. Okay. Let me jump to the electrical engineering question. Can you explain the difference between electrical versus electronic engineering? There are some programs with the word technology instead of the word engineering. Does it mean it involves less math and theoretical engineering courses? Yes, that's pretty much exactly what it means. Electrical engineering is calculus and physics based. You do need to have all of those prerequisites to be able to navigate their upper division courses. Our technology program, for example, also offers a circuits class, but it doesn't have that calculus prerequisite. So it's going to be more, algebra based, and it's more applied and hands-on. Okay, let's see. I see some fragments of questions left. Maybe you can, if you two have a burning desire to get your question answered, could you type in a little bit more detail, perhaps? Okay, question. If a student is interested in cybersecurity, would industrial engineering be the right one? For cybersecurity, I would recommend software engineering. I think industrial and systems engineering also has some cybersecurity content that they can take. And our industrial technology degree also covers cybersecurity. So any one of the three of those would give you some exposure. In addition, I think software engineering has a number of certificate programs in the area of cybersecurity, both basic certificates and advanced certificate programs. Okay, is there a connection with a master's in library science and the college, I'm assuming College of Engineering? Gosh, I mean, there's not a direct connection. I think the master's in library science does cover some of the data science topics that we cover in some of our programs. And I think there are some faculty who might teach in both programs, but I don't think we have anything more formal than that. Would you happen to know, Deanna, or not really?
No, I don't. Sorry about that.
Yeah, if you need more information, we can. Okay, thank you. You're very welcome. Okay, I think that wraps up the questions for this session. So thanks to everyone for coming on a Friday afternoon. How many people out there are glad that it's Friday? Yeah, go to participants and give me a show of hands if you are. All right, so I'll turn it back over to Deanna and we can move on with the event.